What a lovely day. What a beautiful day. Doesn't work. Don't worry about it. I'll get it. I'll get going. There's my dog. There's my princess. Gotta pay the dog tax. This to your liking, your highness, your royalty, your goodness. Hey, old friend. How you doing? Nice to see you again. Let's have a look. So yesterday I did a lot of fighting. Today came off absolutely no problem. Why? Because the lesson in stupidity always hurts. Now you know. But I'll tell you what happened. Just so somebody else doesn't make the mistake I made. Here's the new rotor. See, the rotor and the spindle are actually the same thing. See, it looks like there's two pieces here. So when I looked behind it, I thought I was looking at a separate spindle. Hence why I was hammering on it. Note to yourself, never hammer on these F-150 rotors of the 2002 again, because you don't need to. But notice my destructive power. I busted it pretty good. Basically the hub is the spindle, or the rotor is the spindle. Like it's the hub and the spindle rotor all in one. And you got your axle there, and then you can see the inner races for the which will be nicely greased up. Inner races for the bearings. You can see this is looks like there's an outer seal bearing here, and then you got an inner seal bearing with the actual bearing, and you got to pound it out from this way. Now it's probably going to be pressed in, so that should be fun. If I can't retain this one, I'd rather even just buy a new one, because do all this work just to have it leak and rust out, no thanks. If you're gonna fix it, might as well fix it right, even if you have to kind of stupidly break it. Yeah, this is the face of a stupid man. I get it, and I know what the comments are going to be. See, this is why you don't go to these fly-by-night backyard carpet, mechanics. Well, you're right. I'm not a mechanic. I'm poor. But I should have done a quick search first, and I don't have a manual. So, like again, I was going off of my previous experiences of with the Dodge, where it was two pieces, where the rotor did come apart from that. So. But now I know. But it does come off. This is a better setup. I mean, this is a better setup. It's just I will have to get a little pin to make jury rig something to pop that seal out. I'm going to soak it first with some penetrating oil, and because I don't want to have to buy a bearing kit too. But if I have to buy the outer seal, I'll buy the outer seal. But if I have to buy a whole bearing kit to get the outer seal, then here goes another $100. Is what it is. Whatever a bearing seal kit is, I'm sure it'll have to be $5,000 billion. Why? Because it's me. Yeah. But anyway, that's how it goes. So the studs and everything, as you see, are on the rotor. Again, I haven't seen this set up on, and I've seen many a vehicle apart, but I've never seen them set up like that. It's pretty good. Now you're saying it's a 4x4. That looks like a 4x4 spline thing, but my vehicle is not a 4x4. But they probably just, for cost effectiveness, made it. I should have put my gloves on when I did this. Made it work. But anyway, there's what I'm at. So I bought my anti-seize, some more brake fluid. They didn't have a brake bleeding kit, so it takes me. I'm going to do a lot more research on it tonight, make sure I put everything back together. Well, at this point, I pretty much know how it's going to go back together, which the nice thing is it's going to go back together very nicely. I did get the caliper. Just a little note. There's two big bolts here, these big bolts, these nice dirty big bolts. Yeah, they go here and here to hold on the caliper. When I bought them, don't throw those bolts away, because when I the actual caliper, they take it out of the box, they take back my old caliper, and they give me $30 for the old caliper. It has every bolt in there but those two bolts. So for the big bracket, which I'll show you that at a maybe tomorrow or something like that, depending on when I can get at. I guess I should, yeah, in there. So like that's what goes here, and it goes here on the bracket. As you bring the bracket, the caliper, everything back. I would like to do something to, well, it's coated with something, but I'd like to be able to, get ahead of it. And then here's the brake pads right here. That there was a part of a back shielding, which I didn't order, which I should, but again, it depends how much money I want to put in there, eh? So here's two sets in there. What? Oh, okay. Well, looks like I'm doing the other side too. At least the brake pads, anyway. Yeah. Okay, so, okay, well, that's fine. I'm okay with that. So that's the front. So yeah, silverware. These were like 40 bucks. That was the cheapest part of the, well, I guess the anti-seas and the fluids were the cheapest part. That was nearly 100. That was like 95. That was 100 and something. All in on the hook for I think it was 315 bucks or something. And I know everybody's, I get it so much cheaper. Of course, everybody tells you, oh yeah, no, I got the whole thing for 400 bucks and stuff like that. And then everywhere I looked, I've tried everywhere. Now, mind you, you guys in the States get stuff cheaper than we do up here in Canada. By the time you factor in shipping and the duty, you know, it's 300 bucks. Maybe 300 bucks aside. But at least now I know what I'm dealing with. So yeah, that caused me so much aggravation yesterday. And you know who I'm mad at today? I'm not mad at my truck. I got to apologize to my truck. I'm mad at this guy. This guy was stupid yesterday. Got mad for nothing. But again, stupidity hurts. So take your time. No rush. No worry. And do your research before you put it. It's not hard to do, but if you haven't done it, and you get like something like that where you, like, again, looking from the back, it just looks like a rotor seized onto a hub, right? And the rotor is the hub, so you can't separate the two, or you end up with this. I mean, this should have a nice big ring of Saturn around it, and now it doesn't. So, but this one does, and this one's nice. So I'll keep this one all nice and clean. I'll even probably bring it inside for tonight, and I'll get that done. So once again, just to show you what you're looking at, and it comes off real easy. Like the obviously the axle doesn't move. The axle's just, you know, it's there, and I'll get this all nice and greased up. Anybody know what this sensor's for? I have no idea what that's for. I'm gonna clean all this out anyway. Like, I mean, I got it apart. I might as well clean this side. I'm gonna go around the entire truck this summer doing that. You can see my exhaust, how rusty it is. Get some nice stainless steel exhaust in there someday. Might be nice. But I'm gonna clean out those swill well. I'm gonna get some oil spray in here. Do all my rocker arms, everything like that. Watch it don't get too much onto the bearing. I'm gonna clean these bearings and everything before I put them back on. Everything gets like a deep cleaning. Good idea is usually just put the bearings right back on, but you could always lose, like these Timken style bearings, the roller bearings. They can sometimes, one can drop out, so it's just best to, you know, put them in maybe a Ziploc bag or something like that. Keep all the grease on it until you're ready to put the new grease on, and clean them off really good before you do, and then make sure there's no dirt in there. I'll clean all this out. So yeah, I'm looking at a day or two. Like, I'm not gonna rush putting this back together, so get all this all cleaned out. I mean, this truck's still pretty good, but like anything, you need to do some investment in that. Always, you know, always make sure that's good, so you don't get a shock through the through the hood. All right, there we go. So at least I got that far anyway. At least it's off. It was just like basically there's a nut in there, and it basically came off. Well, I'll show you. It was literally on their finger, like almost finger tight. There's a cotter pin in there, so it can't lock off. It can't fall off. In fact, what I'm gonna do is just go like this, so I don't lose the part. Or no, sorry, that cap covers this, so this will go into something else. But anyway, I'll just put that on there like so. Make sure it's on far enough that if the wind catches it, believe it or not, wind will, like, if it's loose enough, it'll spin it. Yeah, I know. You'd say it'd never happen. Perhaps you didn't hear about my story about Murphy and I. Yeah, it would happen. To anybody, it's going to happen. It'll make good YouTube videos for you guys, but it's a real pain in the ass for me. So anyway, I'll leave it at about that. That's what stupidity cost me. All that fighting for nothing. And this came, and like I said, this came off pretty much. I just put the socket on, and it was like, it was that easy. And I'm like looking at that, and I'm just like, just let it go, man. Just let it go. You got nobody to blame but yourself. Nobody to blame but yourself. But anyway, so I'm gonna do a little more research, clean this out. I'm gonna watch. Got my clamp on there, so everything's good. All right, anyway, have yourselves a great day, eh?